Alopecia. 60% of the men suffer from androgenic alopecia. It usually starts in the second decade of the life. In past few years, there is an upward trend for the hair transplantation. Everybody wants to look young and beautiful. Hair transplantation makes person look young. Acquired heart disease, which earlier were thought to be seen in 6th decade, is now commonly seen as early as 3rd decade. Many young patients undergo angioplasty and are on antiplatelet thrombotic therapy. Due to increased age expectancy, elderly people with cardiac problems live longer life. Now that many bald people, they go for a hair transplantation for a better looks, cardiac patients with the baldness are refused by many doctors because of their cardiac problems. So what options they have? They have to go for hair oils, shampoos, laser combs, scalp massages or finasteride tablets. So the aim of this presentation is to convey that hair restoration surgery can safely be done in cardiac patients if we take additional precautions, which I will be talking in the coming slides. Results are very much similar to the non-cardiac people. So the patients have to be concerned about the phenomena of baldness and its available options. The indications for hair transplant in cardiac patients are post-CABG, post-angioplasty and post-corrected congenital heart diseases. Now, contraindications for hair transplant in cardiac patients are the patients who suffer from valvular disease, patients who cannot stop antithrombotic drugs for various reasons. The pre-op investigations included routine investigations, PT, APTT, PT-INR, ECG, echocardiography and clearance from the cardiologist. The PT-INR should be done 1 day prior to the procedure and should be within 1.5. We usually cover one zone in one setting spread over 2 days of 3 to 5 hours session on each day. So there are some tricks and tips how to do a hair transplant in cardiac patients. The pre-op instruction for non-cardiac patients applies to the cardiac patients as well. Additionally, the patient should stop antithrombotic drugs 5 days prior to the procedure. Prophylactic antibiotic therapy has to be given for the endocarditis. It is better to do HT in two stages of quicker sessions consisting of 3 to 5 hours on each day. Bupivacaine is a cardiotoxic, so better to avoid it. The dosage of lignocaine has to be kept at 6 to 7 mg per kg body weight. Avoid or minimize the use of adrenaline as much as possible. Continuous cardiac monitoring by the anesthetist, emergency kit and drugs should be available in the operating room. The most important is to follow the strict aseptic precautions. Ice cubes and injections of massage should be advised for the prevention of the hematoma. From the very next day, if the patient has no chance of hematoma, antiplatelet drugs can be started. Coming to our statistics. From Jan 2015 to December 2016, we operated on 9 cardiac patients, of which 4 patients had congenital heart disease, 3 patients had post-angioplasty, 2 patients underwent CABG. We haven't noticed any complications in our series. Our results. Here is a 40-year-old gentleman with a grade 4 androgenic alopecia. He underwent FUE technique. The results are after 1 year. Here is another gentleman of 33-year-old with a grade 7 baldness. He underwent 2 settings of FUE hair transplant. The results are after 1 year. Another gentleman of 46-year-old with a grade 7 alopecia. The results are after 1 year. Here I conclude. Hair transplantation is rapidly evolving. It is a viable option for cardiac patients if done with additional precautions. Strict aseptic techniques and cardiac monitoring. Staged quicker sessions and team approach helps in achieving the good results. Thank you.